What's up, my YouTubers? I'm Corsi from GamingLegit, bringing you Battlefield Bad Company 2 Squad Deathmatch with the Assault Rifle class. Got a bunch of stuff I want to talk about. Apologies continuing for my delay between videos. I'm still all about GamingLegit, guys. It's my baby. I created it. I have big expectations and big goals with GamingLegit that I am going to follow through with. I'm not going to have put this much time into developing GamingLegit and getting all your subscribers to be supporting me and stuff and just cop out on it. It's just I'm super busy. Again, to reiterate, I'm going to be getting married within the month and just finished school, so I'm still building my web portfolio to apply for some internships, and I got work on top of all that stuff, and so I'm a busy dude, busy. Stuff I want to talk about as far as the assault rifle class, bunch of stuff. Little tactics going into the game, this is one of them. Especially off of the spawn of the game, it's kind of a sign. You know, you're pretty much putting a sign on the building that you go into if you've destroyed the door, that there's a guy up on the top of the building or somewhere in that building. And so what you guys should do is break in the windows and just jump up, and then you're gonna have to tap crouch to be able to get squeezed into that window to drop into the building. But don't break into those doors. And my teammate actually breaks the door just shortly, in like a minute or so, and you don't want to be doing that. Leave the doors there, because even if you don't have headphones or surround sound capabilities, the sound is good enough in this game that if you turn up the volume just slightly, that you will be able to hear if that door is broken into, and so you'll be able to know if somebody's sneaking up on you, and so that's kind of a defensive measure for you. Also, since the people running by possibly passing you up while you're putting shots across the map like I am, see that the door's not broken in, they won't go up there and check to see if somebody's in there. Well, they're less apt to, at least. It's funny because I'm getting more subscribers. I'm not doing any advertisement. It's just by word of mouth by you guys. So God bless you. I love you guys for that. You guys are awesome. But they're going back and they're checking a lot of my initial videos and impressions for Battlefield Bad Company. And I honestly have matured so much in this game and have learned so much as far as playability, weapon mechanics, just all the little tiny things about this game. And it's funny if you go back and watch some of those early videos, because a lot of this stuff, like, I just didn't know about. I mean, I just didn't really have a good understanding of how this game worked. And a lot of my new subscribers are going to go back and watch the videos I posted months ago, and they just leave these, like, giant critiques, like, oh, you're completely effing wrong. It's like, man, come on, what are you trying to do? I just don't get some YouTubers. Check the dates, guys, check the dates. Anyways, it's kind of a segue into why the reason why I was telling you about that is because in some of my first videos I was talking about the assault rifles, and I was talking about how I didn't like the assault rifle class. The first two assault rifles were just crap. But again, as we grow as players, I just got some text message there, sorry about that. As we grow as players, there's a door that's been busted open. Don't want to do that, don't do that. We start to realize that the stats given for weapons sometimes aren't something to just completely go by. And a lot of people look through stats and they like hardcore analyze them. Like they're like, this one's damage is a lot higher than this one's accuracy is a lot better, so I should do this one's fire rate. I completely let go of this prototype. This is something as we do as online gamers. As soon as we unlock something, we push the old stuff to the side and we start using the new. That's just what you do. What's the purpose of unlocking it if you don't use it, right? Like, there's a reason why you unlock it later, because it must be better. Well, it's not always the case. Like, if you look at the prototype and the AUG bar, those are the two ones I'm going to be talking to you guys about, and you compare it to the M416, the M416 stats look better, even though the AUG bar's damage is a little bit higher. And I don't know how it compares to the prototype. I don't know if the prototype's damage is a little bit higher. I think it is, but don't take my word for that. I haven't exactly researched this, not for a while at least. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because just because the assault rifle stats list a weapon as accuracy as being higher, I want you guys to completely just like let go of that accuracy, because how I'm going to be advising you guys to be shooting your assault rifles, it's pretty much going to rule out that whole accuracy. What you're going to want to do is use the assault rifles that have the most damage on them, especially for a squad deathmatch or actually any variant. I'm not even going to like preface one game variant, any game variant, because how you need to be using these assault rifles is that you use them as single shots over long distances, because this game, compared to other online shooters, you have complete control over how these weapons shoot. Complete control. If you want to shoot this gun 1 bullet at a time, you can do that. If you want to shoot this weapon 4 bullets at a time, you can do that. You can't do that in the COD games, and that's why when this game first came out, there was nothing to compare to it. And so me, as a player trying to shoot these weapons, I didn't understand the weapon mechanics. Now I do. I use the AUG bar more than I use the prototype. I've just been using the prototype kind of out of boredom, but the prototype is a gnarly weapon. I think the prototype and the AUG bar are my favorite assault rifles now, and I kind of pushed them onto my friends, and they kind of see why I pushed them onto them. And it's because when you shoot these weapons in single shots, like you should, for accuracy reasons, and especially since you're going to be distancing yourself from everybody, there's no sense in running 2 feet up to somebody to, to mow them down. Keep your distance from it and keep it an accuracy battle. That way your skill will outweigh the other players. There's no argument of them like getting a random headshot from hip fire. You always want to keep your distance. That's just like a default strategy to use on online games. So when you start using these weapons as single shots, it voids out that whole accuracy bar, right? Because the accuracy bar is measured if you're holding the weapon on like automatics. Now it's different for sniper rifles, of course, because you're shooting them 1 bullet at a time, and that accuracy bar is based over distance. But I believe that accuracy rating for the assault rifles is based on if you're holding down that damn trigger and just letting loose on the weapon. I know there's a sniper up there. I'm going to come up and collect his dog tags because I'm dog tag hungry. Why shoot him from the hip right here? Sometimes I forget and I just don't pay attention to it. But collect the dog tags, whatever. And so this is a distance shot, quite a big distance shot actually for an assault rifle. Because I mean, if you were using a sniper rifle, and if this guy was sniping me, I think I could beat him with my assault rifle across the map, which is kind of messed up. But that's just how this game works and operates. And so just use that single shot feature on the weapons. The only time you're going to be using that automatic feature is if you run into like a light machine gun guy that's like 10 feet away from you, or there's a guy like 20 yards away from you that's putting fire on you, and you don't have time to do that accuracy paced shot and you just want to let loose on him. Then use those features. But I'm telling you guys, as soon as you start shooting the assault rifles in bursts and in single shots, your KDR for squad deathmatch and your opportunities to finishing kills, it's going to increase dramatically. And then you're going to start realizing that the prototype and the AUG bar and weapons with the higher damage are the weapons you want to use over the M416, which I gave a giant 3-part tutorial on how to use, and the M16 and the AN94 and weapons like that. These weapons like the prototype and the AUG bar are just as good as those weapons, I guarantee you. Just try it, experiment with it, and then on you go. It was quite a big little rant on how to shoot the assault rifles. Sorry about that. I'm not like the most proficient speaker sometimes. Sometimes I just do these long ass winded ways of explaining things. I'm sorry. Chordsy's not on par with everything. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee. Hold up one sec. And so that being said, I roam around quite a bit on this squad deathmatch. It's not particularly the best thing you should be doing unless you do it the right way, and I try to stick in the buildings. I don't like running over vast distances that are wide open. I stick to the buildings. I look around, try to catch people off guard, and if I see an open opportunity to cover a large distance, then I kind of make it. And if I'm making my routes, I kind of circle around the perimeter of the map. Don't be running around the center of these streets or in front of the buildings. If you're gonna, just take it slow and at a measurable pace. Get inside the buildings. Look through the windows as you go across the building, and then jet out. Progress as soon as you see that there's no enemies in the buildings around you. But take that time, have patience, practice those patience, because the most patient player online is always the person that's going to destroy you. It's true. Sometimes it can be super annoying, but practicing patience is a huge thing for online gaming. I was really hoping to post a Modern Warfare, oh my goodness, a Medal of Honor game, because the beta comes out. It was supposed to be out, you know, I think there's people on the PS3 and the PC playing it today as we speak, but the Xbox version got all screwed up, and that really pisses me off. Oh, Goosefraba. And so I'm going to start posting that game as soon as I can. Although multiplayer is created by the same people that developed this game, DICE, and so that sells the game instantly. So look forward to some Medal of Honor multiplayer gameplay coming up within the week. That's going to be sick. There is a part 2 of this coming up. Love you guys. God bless, and I'll see you soon. Peace.